And if you got any questions, YouTube, go ahead and pile them in. Just trying to get some Facebook set up. What's up, Tomislav? Hopefully I said that correct. Let me know how the picture is, because I'm trying a different lighting setup this week, and I don't know how well it's going to work. It looks pretty good on my end, but it always looks different on the other end. What's up, Spencer? Asim, how's it going, buddy? Got Michael here. You actually up late? Oh, that's right, because you're over in was this? You still in China? I look younger. Well, we're definitely sticking with this then. I just turned 40, so I'll take what I can get. Have I lost weight? Probably a little bit, yeah. That's professional. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Shenzhen, China. That's awesome. I really, really want to go there someday. 3 a.m. Wow. George is here. He just laughed probably because I still probably said his name wrong. But we'll do it. We do what we can do. Nobody on YouTube yet. I mean, there are people there, but nobody's speaking yet. I'm actually trying broadcasting this from my page instead of the group for a change. I'm going to see how that affects I don't really know what to call it. How that affects how many people show up. Once again, I want to thank Scott for pinch hitting for me last week. He did a great job. And I want to thank everybody that played along with the way we marketed it. And those of you that were legitimately concerned for me, I appreciate that too. But I'm sorry if I scared you a little bit, but it was just kind of a viral marketing campaign we threw together at the last minute. So thanks. Sorry. I don't really know what the right thing to say is, but there you go. That's creepy, Michael. But I get it. See who we got on. You guys, if you got any questions, just go ahead and load them up. And AMA doesn't work well without the A. You got James, Jeff, George A., Michael, Russell, Freddie Edmonds, Spencer, Tomislav, and some other people that it doesn't show me. YouTube is faster than Facebook. Interesting. It's funny because I always get different feedback from different people, but you are right. Like, there's definitely a delay on Facebook that I don't get on YouTube. Jared says, do you have experience running Facebook ads? Yeah, I spend an obscene amount of money on Facebook ads every day. That said, I don't know like a lot of technical stuff. I just know what works for me. But if you have a specific question, I can probably answer that, or at least point you toward a resource. George A says, I'm getting better at pronouncing his name. Well, that's good. I've only known you for, what, a year and a half? So, Any advice on targeting the right audience on your ads? It depends on what you're doing. If it's e-commerce, it's a little bit harder. If it's local, it's pretty easy. What kind of ads are you trying to do? Is it like trying to do like local lead gen, e-commerce, digital products, something else? Tomislav says, George A is from the same country as you. Well, I feel bad for you now. Not because of the country, but because you're near him. This is how I treat my staff. Let's say for finance, for lead gen. Okay. If it's local, obviously you just target the local, and man, that's a tough niche. I don't know. I would use audience insights and look for like organizations that, I guess finance, I need to be a little more specific, but if it's for like insurance or something, or like savings bonds, I would try to find organizations. I don't know. It depends on if you're selling to the business or the customer, and it would depend on the product. So that's kind of, I would kind of need more information. Jared says e-commerce products. Okay, so if it's dogs, like dog toys or something, use the audience insights tool to try and like find some magazines and some pages and things like that they're interested in, and then target those, and then use that to dig down even deeper into like specific interests and demographics and things like that. Also, make sure you have retargeting on your page and build up that pixel as much as you can. And then once it gets big enough to create a lookalike audience, use that. I can do a video on the audience insight tool. I think that might be helpful. It's kind of hard to explain without having the screen up, but basically that's what I do, is target use the audience insight tool to find organizations and pages and influencers that the people that are interested in those products would like, and go from there. So I'll make a video on the audience insight tool. I think that might be helpful to a lot of people. James says, have you done any video SEO to take advantage of the video carousel Google shows now on desktop and mobile? Not really. Some of my old ones, I've actually ended up getting all three, where I tried several times and only got one, and now I have three. But I don't really do much that kind of SEO anymore. Not that it doesn't work or there's anything wrong with it. There's only so many things I can do at once. But it's definitely a good thing. I was skeptical at first, but now I realize that you have 3 shots at getting on the first page, and you can have 3 videos on the first page. And in my experience, they're being a little more generous in how often they show videos. So I haven't, but it's a good thing. And if you're into video SEO, definitely take advantage of it. George A says, already roasting? You know it. Jared says, drop shipping. Yeah, let me make a video for you on the audience insight tool, because it's kind of hard to explain without kind of doing it over the shoulder. But use the audience insight tool that Facebook gives you to find magazines, organizations, pages that they're interested in, target those, and then narrow it down by like the right demographics it gives you and things like that. Spencer says, especially for credit repair. I would have to, I don't know what, I don't want to give you specific things to target for that, but I would use the audience insight tool for that too. But I don't know enough about that industry to give you specific advice, but I would find who the influencers are in that industry and see if they have pages you can target, organizations you can target, things like that. And then I would narrow it down to a local area if possible. And I knew this question was coming. Tomislav says, Have you seen any changes after latest Google update, algo update? It's too soon to tell, but it's been a good week for me as far as SERP movement. So whether that's because I've just been doing good work up till now or because of the update, I don't know. But so far, it's been good. It's too soon to give this is what it means kind of information. Spencer says, would you say that this PPL Empire course is still relevant? I mean, it's only $2. I think I have that, but it's like 3 years old, but the concepts are probably still relevant. I imagine, and I don't really remember what's in it now, but I imagine some of the tools and stuff are outdated, but I would imagine that the approaches are still relevant. And plus, like you said, $2. If you get literally anything at all out of it, it's worth the $2. So yeah, Michael on, a different Michael. I for sure like the video about audience insight tool. Okay, cool. I want to start doing more than just SEO videos, so that'll give me a good one to do. What are some of your sneaky placements for affiliate links besides SEO? Not sure what you mean by placements, but I don't try to be sneaky with my affiliate. I try to I hate this expression, but I try to give value and then just offer a product that solves a problem. So I don't know what to tell you. Over on YouTube, Ashley asks, do you think roofers can benefit from Facebook ads? Absolutely. Yeah. Any local business can use Facebook ads to get lead gen. You have to get a little creative because people aren't on Facebook for that sort of thing. If you can get in front of the right people, it's worth it. And local ads are cheap because you can narrow it down so much. So Spencer says, what's your opinion on the Gutenberg updates on WordPress? I don't know. I saw somebody, I think it was Michael actually. I saw him asking the group about it, but I haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet. It's been a crazy week for me because I was in New York until midday Monday, and then Tuesday was my birthday, and then I've just been kind of behind the 8 ball the rest of the week. So still getting caught back up on everything. Plus, I learned some cool shit in part of my language. There goes running ads to this. Oh, well. I've learned some cool stuff in New York I've been trying to implement. So James says, what niches would you go for now if you were starting over? For like local business, I don't know which ones, but I would pick one and really niche down on it like Scott talked about. The trick is to find ones that aren't so sick of hearing from SEOs that they ignore you, like roofers, dentists, and plumbers, but also have a high enough average customer value that it's worth it for them to spend, $1,500, $2,000 a month. So stuff like heavy machinery equipment, things like that, where, another $2,000 a month is a drop in their bucket. But if you get them one lead, it pays it off. So that's kind of how I would analyze a niche. That's something I did wrong in the beginning when I was doing agency SEO, was taking on anybody. And I should have been niched down like Scott talks about. James says, happy belated birthday. Thanks, James. We got Matt joining. Caleb says, better watch that potty mouth. What's up, boy? Good afternoon. What's up, Caleb? Actually, I'm trying to censor myself a little bit less because I feel like I've worked so hard to not swear and stuff like that, overtly, that I've gotten to where I don't speak the way I actually speak. So I'm trying to be me a little bit more, if that makes sense. Ashley says, most Facebook ad niches are saturated. Which one, according to you, is right for the picking? There's no such thing as a saturated niche, first of all. But if you're talking about for local clients, really, they're just all of them are. There's none that are saturated. If I was going to pick one, it'd be just like I kind of just said, somebody that isn't tired of hearing about SEO, and somebody where you can get some value first. So what's worked for me, rather than sign up for my SEO audit type of thing, is going to a nice lengthy blog post that maybe you use BuzzSumo or something to find, and then you kind of drive them to the blog post that actually helps them and gives them some value. I'm so frustrated that I keep saying that, but and then maybe there's a call to action to your site on it. So like an advertorial, if that makes sense. Bema says, do EMDs still work with the right content? Absolutely. Still love EMDs. My partner in Superstar SEO Academy, Jeff, disagrees, but for me, they still work very well. Alan says, do posts get penalized or do they rank better for using metadata and pictures that are geotagged, have pictured keywords in the details section of the picture? Okay, so I know someone posted about that in the group and said that he got penalized for it. I don't think that's correct. I've never seen it. The picture will rank well and it won't penalize your site to have stuff in the metadata. Just don't go ham with it. You know what I mean? Like don't do 100 pictures of the exact same thing. That might, I doubt that would penalize your site, but it definitely will defeat the purpose. So Rob says, how you chose who can sell their service on Legiit. Anybody can sell their service, but you know, if they're making customers unhappy, there will be consequences. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Bem says, thank you. Thank you, Bem. Ashley says, I'm looking at making a video of myself or explain how I run the ad and how they'll get an ROI off that. And then use your cold email techniques to send it to them. That's a good idea. You can even in the ad, you got to play with it and see what works. But maybe try something like, see how you're seeing me now? Wouldn't you like to see your business in front of people like this? Something like that, but maybe not quite that obnoxious. Russell Freddie Edmonds, whose name I always say all 3 words in, says, James Moore, check out niches like construction hire, diggers, and dumper trucks. I'm not sure what construction hire means, but I guess maybe construction companies. But yeah, those are great examples because those all have average customer value is really, really high. And SEOs tend to ignore them. For whatever reason, SEOs tend to go after, how do I put this, quote unquote, white hat businesses and ignore stuff like that. And they're ripe for the picking. So Scott Allen joined. Well, if he comes in through the crowd with a chair, I'm ready for him. That's right. I just flexed and I don't regret a thing. Get some water while the questions load back up. Propel for something clever that I would say now if I were more clever. Yeah, you better smile now. By the way, this is fake animosity for Scott. Scott's actually a very good friend. Don't let it go to your head, though. One second here while I'm typing this out. Can you do me a favor and go sign up for Superstar SEO Academy at superstarseo.com/trial? It's $1. It's for 2 weeks. Check it out. Learn some cool shit. Jennifer says, do you find it easier to sell SEO services or paid ads lead gen via email outreach? Which do you prefer? Honestly, it's probably a little bit easier to sell paid ads because it's not quite as not frowned upon, but like the reputation hasn't been as damaged, but really it's all about your angle and your sales ability. So, you could sell cookies via cold email if you have a good enough offer and you know how to talk to people. But I don't know. I would probably, if I had to pick one or the other that's easier, I would say paid ads lead gen, but I've done more SEO. So SEO is what I've had more success with. So it's probably kind of a vague answer, but that's the best I can do for you right now. You think wedding photographers are good SEO clients? Yeah, they are. The only drawback there is they tend to be one-man shows and they're a little needier. But no, they are, because it's a high average value and they tend to get the value of SEO a little better than some industries. So, and that's actually it's not so much anymore, but that was one of the niches that I did go into a lot. My very first client was a wedding photographer. Well, a photographer who, among other types of photography, did weddings. Do they make enough per sale to justify? Yeah, like an average wedding is, 3-4K for a good photographer. So if you get them one lead that converts, it's worth it. You got to really sell it properly, but that's kind of the case for anything, right? They tend to like SEO better than Facebook ads for whatever reason, though. I don't know why, but I never had much success getting them on Facebook ads. They tend to prefer SEO, and I don't really know why. They like to blog a lot, though, so it's good. So it makes them feel involved in the process. And even though that's none of that nonsense about you have to have 23 keywords in a blog post is true, it definitely does help with your SEO efforts. So Ron just joined. What's up, Ron? Ron says, so I was watching last week's AMA for like 10 minutes. I figured out it was a replay. I clicked on your bot message, and it took me there. I don't know. No. Oh, well. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I just got to handle something real quick. All right. And we're back. Last week's was with Scott, so I don't know. It is what it is. Wedding planners, if you take care of a wedding planner, they normally have a catering company, DJ, etc., that can become referral clients. Ashley says, nice sweatshirt. Actually, I was really, it's a hoodie, but I was really unhappy with it, to be honest. I made it on Gear Bubble like months ago, and I ordered one with the logo right there, and instead they put it all the way across, which I don't like, and it's faded a lot. But thank you for that. Asim says, given the last update of Google, I decided to never solely rely on Google for traffic. I searched YouTube today for paid traffic courses videos. It's really overwhelming, and I don't know where to start. Facebook ads, Pinterest. I don't really know what your industry is, but Facebook is almost universally the easiest one. Rob says, I just turned my audio on. Heard something about lights. Lights look great. New set. No, actually, it's just natural light today. Never got the notice. Sadness. Sorry about that, Amber. Steve says, what's the best way to gauge a competitive keyword in YouTube as of now? I don't really do my YouTube SEO the way I do Google SEO. I don't look at like keywords or anything like that as much as I do the topic. So I don't know what to tell you on that, unfortunately. Let me see if I missed any questions anywhere else. I'm just going to broadcast in the group from now on, even though I'm getting more people. It's just confusing trying to keep track of where everyone's asking questions. All right, bear with me just a sec here. I don't want to leave anybody out, except for Scott. Asen says, do you recommend Facebook ads to generate traffic for my lead generation sites? If yes, you recommend me a course to start with. It's not so much about generating traffic, but generating leads. You can definitely use Facebook ads to generate leads, though. You wouldn't be wanting to do it to drive traffic to the site. You would want to drive leads with it. So I think that answers it. As far as a course, there's one I used to recommend, but the person that's selling it I don't really like the way he's selling it now, so I don't recommend that. I'm not sure what course to recommend you at this point. I'm sorry. Jamie just joined. Ashley says, how much has the most successful Legiit seller made in a month? I'm not very big on giving out revenue numbers. And if that person wants to share their numbers, they can. But the site I will say that every day is a record day now, more or less. There's a few exceptions. Every month has been better than the last, and we've obliterated every goal we've set for it. So a lot is the best answer I'm going to give you. I know it's an internet marketing thing, but to me, I'm very old fashioned in that regard, and I don't like giving out numbers. I think it's a private matter. So Terry says, hello. What's up, Terry? What's up, Jamie? Ashley says, how did I learn SEO? So my journey is this. I saw a blog post from a guy whose website I used to read that was not related to SEO or marketing or anything like that at all. But I wanted to see what he was up to. And he was doing something called affiliate marketing. So I started researching that, and I stumbled across the Warrior Forum. Shout out to Gabriel, who now runs that. And I read around there for a while, tried a few different things. And then I picked up a course that was $47 that was called Bring the Fresh. So I learned a good bit from that and got my first site ranking #1. And I got slapped with a penguin penalty, and I didn't know what to do. And so I fumbled around for a while, and then I found one of Alex Becker's courses called Source Phoenix, and I learned a lot from that. And from there, I just kind of learned on my own. And then I've been in other courses, but mostly from being on my own and from other courses. So courses and implement it and action are kind of how you learn SEO or anything else. So now, obviously, the course that you would want to get would be Superstar SEO Academy, that you can try for $1 at superstarseoacademy.com/trial. Ashley says, you don't need to show how much you make to show you're legit with 2 eyes, pun intended. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'd love to see that catch on. Ron says, I don't know what to ask. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. Dooby-dooby-doo. All right. Sorry, got distracted there. When did you first start selling SEO? At what age? I just turned 40 on Tuesday. Sad face. I started in 2000. I started doing SEO in 2013. I started selling it in 2014. So 36. So hopefully that's actually motivational for some people, because I know a lot of my audience trends a little younger. So it's never too late, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to say that without sounding like a douche. What is your favorite part of SEO? On page, off page? It's not any one particular thing, although I think on page is more fun. To me, I like the puzzle of it, if that makes sense. Like in college, I took computer programming. That was my major. And what I always liked about that was like, and this plugin and whatever it is, I like to put it all together and seeing it work. For me, the ranking going up is great because that's what gets us paid, but it's like keeping score like a video game. So that's kind of my answer to that, is I like the solving of the puzzle. I don't have any one particular part of it that I like. One second, Ashley. I got a couple more here, and then I'll get over to your question. Asim says, what's the difference between traffic and lead? Traffic, I guess you're talking about your previous question. When you say you want to drive traffic to it, to me, that just means you want people to click the ad and go to your site, and then from your site to generate a lead. You could skip the site altogether, and just get them to call you or call your business, that sort of thing. So a lead is actually when you get the email or phone number or appointment or something like that. Traffic is just when you're driving them from place one to place two. It's the thing that when you go outside and you get in your car and you swear a lot because the traffic sucks, it's that the actual people going back and forth. The lead is the actual person. So I hope that makes sense. Tell me more about your course. Does it just teach sales or even full fulfillment? It's pretty comprehensive in my opinion. I'm going to start with this because Jeff always gets on me for leaving it out. You have a private Facebook group where you have access to ask me and Jeff questions whenever you need to. We do weekly Q&A or bi-weekly Q&A. We cover affiliate SEO, client SEO, local, national, state. What else? E-commerce. I'm starting to do a business and mindset section. Honestly, there are other courses that cost thousands of dollars more that offer less. So, and obviously it's mine, so I'm biased, but I've bought every course in SEO that I've ever seen, more or less. And I wanted to do right the things that they all got right and not do wrong the things that they got wrong. And again, maybe I'm being prejudiced, but I think that's what we've put together. So also, when you say $1 for 2 weeks, I get access to the whole course for 2 weeks. You do. You get everything, including the entire course. Also my MAPS course, my freelancing course, my consulting for agency pros course, my local video course, and the SEO course, all to check it out for 2 weeks. If you don't like it, cancel it and I'll even give you $1 back if you really want to, if you really need that. I'll go ahead and drop the link in the chat here for you. Now, for me, for $1, it's worth at least checking it out. Or if you just want to jump right into it, you can do that too and skip the trial and have like a little lower monthly payment. So whatever way you want to go about it. Any updates on Google Maps optimization? Not really. No, not really. Just fill out. I've been getting better results filling out, and this should be default anyway, but filling out literally every little thing inside Google Business. But no, I mean, I haven't really had any problems or any reason to change what I already do. That thing that we talked about before didn't seem to make much difference to me, though. Scott made a good point on our webinar yesterday that if you're doing different locations, it's worth putting the map on the page itself as opposed to like a global map in a footer, though. So give that a try. Mohammed says, what are your thoughts on the new Google update that's rolling around since yesterday? We already covered this a little bit, but basically my answer is I'm seeing green lights, but it's too soon to tell really because it's only been a couple of days and there's just not enough data been collected. So as time goes on, we'll definitely stay on top of it to determine what has changed. But for the most part, just, do good SEO and algorithms won't affect you that much. Do you have a reporting tool you recommend? No, not really. I'm probably not. Why is my screen moving? That's weird. No, I don't really do a lot of reporting, to be honest. Probably some other people can answer that better than I can. I honestly just give ranking reports, and for a few of my older clients, I give, we did this, this, and this, but I don't really use any reporting tools. Frank just joined. What's up, Frank? Ron says, client doesn't have a physical location in several cities that are serviced. Do a custom Google Maps for this? Yeah, it won't hurt. It's worth a shot. I'm finding that harder and harder to do, though. But I would give that a shot for sure. Ashley says, do you think SEO will die off because we're manipulating the search results? You think Google algorithm is going to catch on? No. It's a super smart program, Google, but people are always going to be smarter. We'll have to change and adapt as time goes on. But no, I don't think it will ever go away. As long as there is search, there will be search optimization. I think that lost my train of thought again. I think that you're going to have to get a little more creative, but that's it. Amber says the Academy. The course is great, and you can go back and do refreshers anytime you need. You get the Christian Jeff show to watch every Thursday, too. The course is amazingly simple to follow for even people that don't know the basics in SEO. Well, thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. Let's see if I missed anybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Unless it was Scott, then I don't care. I'm just kidding again. Let's see. Doug and Carl just joined. What's up, Doug and Carl? Schwabe. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. How can I check spam score of an expired domain? If I'm buying expired domain, should I extract the content from archive.org or start from scratch? I don't look at a spam score, if you mean like the Moz spam score or whatever. I look at the backlinks pointing to it, the anchor text of those backlinks, and like you said, what the site used to look like in archive. And I do both. Sometimes I recreate. More often than not, I start a new site and rebuild it. But sometimes I do the archive.org thing, especially when it's only going to link. Ooh, wow. Question scrolling off the screen. Asim says, thanks for the great clarification on the difference between leads and traffic. I'm in the middle of doing some foundation links for my main site, powering them up, social shares, etc. Should I hold off on any SEO stuff until I know more about the latest update, or should I proceed? I'd keep going. If you haven't seen any reason to believe that it affects you, I would keep going. Don't let these things scare you. That's why I advise against being aware, but not being overly reactionary. So the stuff, and I know how you're doing your SEO, it's super safe the way that we do it, so I would just keep going. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, your course is a game changer in all areas, dude. Literally going through notebooks like toilet paper. Thanks. I'm not sure how the analogy fits, but thank you. I appreciate that. Shoaib says, thanks. Thank you. Carl says, I'm currently sitting in 4th position in maps for most of my keywords. So annoying. I know it's hard to diagnose without necessary info, but what do you think may move the needle? Optimizing your citations, making sure using a scanner to make sure that they are 100% accurate and optimized for some of your keywords. So you're an academy, Jeff covers that. So double and triple check that. Almost anytime somebody tells me they're not ranking in maps, that's what they've got wrong. So make sure your citations are really, really tight. That's where I would start. Obviously, again, like you said, without knowing the full situation, I can't give more. Or at least it's not perfect, and that will make the difference. After that, go look at your on page, because that tends to be the setting people overlook. Get some water. A lot of crowd on YouTube today. That's unusual. All right, we're kind of caught up on questions at the moment, so I'm going to use this to plug the Academy one more time. Check out Superstar SEO Academy or superstarseo.com/trial for a $1 trial of Superstar SEO Academy for 14 days. Jordan just joined. What's up, Jordan? All right. Got a good number of people on, but not any questions going, so I'm going to keep babbling for a few minutes and give everybody a chance to catch up. I'm going to do another roll call because that's an easy way to kill time while people are loading up questions. Oh, there we go. Thanks, man. What citation audit tool would you recommend? Whitespark aren't available at the moment in the UK. Check out Ask MacTech. I forget the URL for his, but he's got a good one. The hammer angle is better on Facebook. Yeah, I know it is. I have to have 2 laptops because you're not allowed to broadcast the same stream to 2 different places at once. So I have 2 different laptops, and I'm focusing more on Facebook because there's more people there. So sorry about that. I wish that there were a way to do both at the same time. That would make my life a lot easier, but Jeff, I'm going to ignore that question. Jennifer says, what's the best way to secure media mentions? That's a tough one. Those are hard to get. You're going to really have to do some good outreach and do it in a non-thirsty, non-spammy way and really get to know the author and things like that. In my opinion, they hit hard when you get them, but it's almost easier when they reach out to you. So I don't have a good strategy to really give you other than just reach out to people and be really, really cool about it. So other people may have a better answer for you than that than I do. Jordan says, what's up from Australia? What's up, Jordan? Shoaib says, what type of backlinks do you recommend? It's kind of a broad question, but citations are good, social profiles, to do foundation links, Web 2.0s, PBNs, guest posts. I don't really limit myself. Say that citation scanner again. It's Matt Peck, who's in both the free group and the paid group. It's like wiredbyte.com or something. I'll just tag him and let him give you the URL. And it won't let me tag him. It's MACTEK is his Facebook name. So just tag him and he'll hook you up. Let me see if I can find it real quick and I'll just drop it in the chat. One moment. Nah. Yeah, I can't find it right now. I'll try to get it later and I'll drop it on a comment here. Oh. What is your take on paid traffic? To be more specific, I don't mean Facebook ad. I mean those companies which offer you 1,000 visitors for $X from specific countries in a specific niche. I don't do that. The only one I use is that one that I recommended in the Legiit group a while back, and that's because he's doing actual social media promotion. But that kind of traffic, I don't do it. How much does something like White Spark cost? I want to say it's like $29 a month or something. The way I do is if I need something like that, I use it and then I cancel it when I don't need it anymore. Kevin says, hey, I'm about to launch my first product. Congratulations. It's an all-natural cure for anal fissures that contains giraffe milk. How would you go about it? Is that a serious question? Schwabe says, I'm enjoying working on Legiit. I know it would make me wild to rebuild myself, but I'm here. I'm glad to have Legiit. Good. Take advantage of the group on Mondays and post your stuff there. Start building a list, whether it's a Facebook group or an email list or however you want to go about it, and go from there. What about Aaron says, hey, yo, what's up, Aaron? Eddie just joined. What's up, Eddie? Spencer says, what about solo ads? I've been wanting to try those a bit. They worked back in the day, but I don't like how little data they give you and how little choices they give you. So I prefer to have a lot of information to work on and that you don't get a lot from them. Yeah, I know what that means, Spencer. I don't know why people do things like that, though. Michael says solo ads are decent if you have the right seller. You'll see some services on Legiit soon. Awesome. Let's look over at YouTube. What are you doing to make Legiit less SEO focused site and more well-rounded? I'm not going to give away my strategies, but it's happening. We're getting lots and lots more of graphic people and things like that. And what I'm doing is working. So I know some SEO guys who make 3 to 5K per client. How do you get such clients? You just establish yourself as an authority, show some results, and learn how to sell. How much does it cost to do SEO? Like if I charge a wedding photographer $1,000, how much is cost and how much is profit? It's kind of hard to answer. It just depends on what you already have, how you do your SEO. You can do it really cheap and it'll take longer, or you can do it really expensive and have less profit and have it go faster. So any tips on how to persuade people to leave a review on gigs other than giving a discount? I don't. I figure if I do a good enough job, they will leave one. If they don't, then that's up to them. I'm not going to ask a girl to let me kiss her. I'm just going to do have a good date with them and see if I get kissed at the end. And if I don't, I'll just keep giving good dates until I get one. So I don't ask for reviews. I've just always done as good a job as I can and left it up to them. Asen says, thanks for your answer. It seems that I missed it. Service on Legiit, do you recommend for social media promotion? I don't have the link handy. Just check out Ideal Mike is the username. To buy time until I master Facebook advertising, I think about outsourcing my Facebook campaign management to some experts. Any recommendations for a Facebook ad agency? Not off the top of my head, no. Jordan says, when is the live event? It'll be 2019. Alan says, do you have or have you ever used safe links? Thoughts on safe links? I do. I don't do it on anything that matters to me because they don't always stick, but they do hit hard when they work. Not all safe links are created equal, but if you get good ones, they really hit hard. They work really great for videos too. Shoaib says, I'm a graphics designer for more than 17 years. I'm going to post some of these services. Good. Definitely don't just focus on SEO. One second, got to respond to something. Never ends, does it? Just check out the link that Mike just gave you, Asim. Michael. All right, gonna grab some water and we'll keep going. See if we got anything on Instagram. I haven't even checked that yet, so. Oh, that's because I forgot to post it. Lovely. Good job, Chris. Yes, I just talked to myself in the third person. You're great. Ron says you're great at these bots. You don't hire Nico to do them. No, I just do it myself. That's an old one. All right. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, Alan, safe links are good for churn and burn sites. Jordan says, safe is great for non-churn sites too. For resellers, how can we benefit from it and send discounts? I'm not sure what you're talking about. For resellers, how can we benefit from it and send discounts? You're going to have to be more specific. I'm not sure what you mean. Why didn't you live stream from phones instead of laptops? Because I like having a computer so I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, okay, Ron. Yeah, when I do it from a phone, I can't. It's hard to keep up with the questions because they sometimes scroll a little faster than I can do it. I feel like I missed another question somewhere. Hold on. There it is. Hi, are emd.org okay too, or should it be .com? I prefer .com if it's available, but .org will work as well. My preference is com, net, org in that order, but there's no real reason to that. You still, Spencer, you still can't broadcast the same stream to both at the same time. It would be the same problem. It would just be on a smaller screen. So I'm sorry that the angle sucks, but there's just nothing I can do about it right now. So sorry about that. Schwab says, do you know any good email marketing software? If you're talking about autoresponders, there's tons. There's MailChimp, Aweber, Market Hero, ActiveCampaign, SendLane. There's tons of them. I use Market Hero and MailChimp mostly, though. Scott says, trust me, it's more challenging than it looks. Yeah, it is. Spencer says Aweber. Aweber is good. I don't like the mail builder, but it's good. They're a little stricter too, so you'll get a better open rate. Robbie says, scroll off the screen. Sorry, I'm multitasking. How can we benefit from an email list collected from Legiit users? Is there a discount code they could use? I mean, you could do that, but just sending them an offer every week. Sending them email marketing just works. Like, just remind them every week. Send them some content. It doesn't even have to be direct sales. Just send them YouTube videos, blog posts, all sorts of things. Just make them like you, and then they'll buy from you, or train them on how to use your service. So lots of different things you can do. Check out the freelancing course. I think I gave that to you, or you got it for service of the week. So check that out. I talk about that a lot. Jennifer says, how do you respond to clients wanting to know how fast SEO work will take to get them to rank? I'm just honest with them. I never say less than 4 months. I usually say 6 months to a year, depending on the situation, the keyword, the industry, where they are already, that sort of thing. And I also err on the side of caution. So the expectation is low. If I exceed it, that's good. That's probably cost me some sales. So that's that. But I would rather not make a sale and instead of make a sale and make somebody unhappy. So set the expectation and then give yourself some padding and add like a buffer if you want. Like, if I haven't gotten you there by X amount of time, give me a 3 months grace period. I'll do it for free, something like that. So Asim says, I see a few legit sellers who offer $5 PBN, 5 PBN links for $10. That sounds too less for powerful links. My best bid here is to use these links as tier 2 to my web 2.0s to test them out. Am I right? Or should I completely stay away from vendors? I do not know. I think you get what you pay for, and I wouldn't point them at something I care about until I have seen the quality of their work. Jamie just joined. What's up, Jamie? Hey, James here. I'm just watching some of your training, and you say that there's no such thing as duplicate content. Could you expand on this? No, there's just no such thing. Like, I've never seen a duplicate content penalty, and it's just a myth, in my opinion. So, you still shouldn't do it, but you're not going to get a penalty from having duplicate content. I don't really know how to explain on it other than I just don't think it's an issue. I still don't think you should copy content, and you definitely shouldn't steal other people's content, which is kind of where that came from in the first place. But I'm gonna tag Jeff and let him answer that for you too. He's got a much better answer on that than I do. But it's not a thing. Don't get me wrong, you should always use original content, but you're not going to get a penalty for not. And especially on mass page sites and stuff like that. Just changing the geo modifier will be fine. Russell Freddie Edmonds. I'll scroll off the screen again. Says, Chris, I can feel that Legiit is about to explode. I hope you mean get big and not actually blow up. Do you have any recommendations to keep things in order and organized apart from Trello? My team and I use Freecamp. That's how my staff and I keep track of orders. So, but just find out what works for you. Trello should be fine. Trello, Freecamp, Basecamp, any kind of CRM. I like Freecamp. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's what I'm used to. Jamie said, all right, thanks. That solved a lot of my issues. I'm still spinning, but just not copy pasting people's work. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just making sure I don't miss any questions. The problem with posting this in a bunch of places, it's good because it gets more people, but it also means people ask questions in a variety of places. So there's ups and downs. I think he means Legiit is literally going to explode. God, that would be bad. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, cheers, I'll take a look. Good. Jennifer says, regarding duplicate content, does that mean you could reuse guest post articles repeatedly? Probably, but I wouldn't. I mean, it's only another, if you don't want to write another one yourself, it's only another $5 or $10 to get an article written. So that's not where I would save my costs, but in theory, I don't think there would be any SEO downside to it. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, #boom. Alrighty. Still got lots of people on, so we'll keep going, but we are at the hour mark. So if you got any questions, load them up. Nick just joined. What's up, Nick? YouTube is quiet today. It's probably because of the poor camera angle, right, Spencer? Just kidding, buddy. I actually like the camera angle when I'm looking at the camera because you get to see the skateboard. All right, guys, I'm here as long as you need me, but if there's no more questions, we'll start to wrap it up. Spencer says maybe. Sorry about that. I couldn't resist. Nick says, yo, what's up, Nick? Good turnout today. And I can see the questions right in BeLive, which is nice. Schwabe says, do you have any idea how I can fix these errors? Missing author, entry title, update on Google Webmaster Tools? You probably just need, I would have to see it. I'm not sure. But you probably just need to correct the information. Jamie says, keep up the good work. Thank you. Nick says, do you take it off any sweet jumps? No, I don't know what that means. I think I missed a joke somewhere. No wheels, Nick? Laugh out loud. Oh, the skateboard. No. It's just when I was a teenager, maybe, but no, not now. Wouldn't stop you. Jason says late, but here. What's up, Jason? Spencer says, do you still use SERP? I absolutely do. It's still my favorite tool. Then get water or snow. Yeah. There's a whole conversation about skateboarding going on. Jamie says, keep up the good work. Thanks, Jamie. Ron says, thanks, Chris. Got it, Ron. Thanks for showing up, Ron. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. What did your Uber driver talk about in NYC? This is from Kiro. Actually, funny thing, I only took one Uber the whole time I was there because, New York, you can kind of walk everywhere. And he didn't really do anything wrong. The joke there was my friend Michael had posted that exact status a while back, and it got tons of engagement. So I said, I'm going to copy this. So I got in an Uber, and I was like, you know what? This is the time to copy that status of Michael's that got a lot of engagement. And sure enough, it got a lot of engagement for me. So that was purely an attention grab. And it worked. ASIM says, it is too expensive to buy non-English content from my Web 2.0s. Oops, scrolled off the screen again. That point to non-English sites. So I have the articles in English and keyword to foreign language. Will that still benefit my money site and pass on some power to it? I would think so, yeah. I haven't done a lot of foreign SEO, but I don't see why it wouldn't. Russell Freddie Edmonds says, sorry, Chris, I've got to shoot. That's not good. Somebody call the cops. Cheers for hard work from you and your team. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. We're proud of what we did. Jennifer says, auction domain or fresh domain for new affiliate site? I prefer fresh domains. Spencer says it does. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Oh, you're talking about the non-English thing that Asim was asking about? Yeah, that makes sense. You would definitely be the one to know. So Spencer says the article doesn't need to be the same language as keyword, but should be about the same topic. Well, there you go, Asim. Spencer's a great one to talk to about that. So Snag Success says, yo, this is on YouTube. What's up, Snag Success? I hate how YouTube doesn't give the real names. All right. It is 4:04 and the questions are starting to die down. I'll go till 4:10 and then we'll go from there. Snag Success says, Chris, do you know any good examples of local SEO agency websites? I happen to think mine is pretty badass. And in fact, the developer on it did it for free. And it's so well done. I've had people ask where I got it done, and it's generated him thousands of dollars of business. So you can check that out at superstarseo.com. That's a good example. I don't really know any others, but the thing with them is they tend to be a little homogenized and the same. So try to find ones that are unique but still look good. Schwabe says, how was your trip to NYC? So awesome, both from the business side and the personal side. It was great. I learned a lot, and I got to hang out with Alex and Herb Magnus and Todd Spears and Iman and who else? Helena, a bunch of great people. Learned a lot. Had a ton of fun. I finally got to go to Central Park, which I had never done before. Went to Times Square. Started raining. Didn't care. In fact, this is a funny story. I was in Times Square with Iman and Herc and Todd, and it started raining. So this one lady, and I use that term loosely, just decides that she was getting too wet and just takes off her shirt and walks around naked as the day she was born, like it was no thing. So that was pretty funny. So great trip. I'm probably going to start going more often because it was only like a $200 flight and it only takes like an hour and a half or something. So yeah. Let's see. Snag says, what is Somerville SEO? I just realized Superstar SEO is your local agency website instead of just liking your personal brand. Somerville SEO, Sumter SEO. So those are just other location pages I've built out that I link to from the homepage. They're all pretty much the same as the homepage, although the content on the homepage has been refreshed. I haven't really touched those beyond just creating them. Michael says, what are some things you learned? I can't really tell a lot of them because I'm under an NDA, but Sam Ovens' thing was track everything to like an insane level, and Becker's was ROI is all that matters. So the lesson was there's more than one path to success is what I took from that. Jordan says Sam was there. Yeah, Sam Ovens was a guest speaker. He was really great. He shared a lot of like personal information on his business and how he creates things and how he's been successful. And it was a great contrast to what Becker showed us. So it was really good stuff. Did you give an example of what you learned in the recent mastermind in NYC? Like I said, I'm under an NDA on the specific stuff, but I learned a lot about sales and how to sell from webinars. I learned about email deliverability, which has been a big issue for me, and I found a way to improve that dramatically that's already worked well. And Sam talked a lot about the product and how important that is, which you would think would be common sense, but isn't always. So I can't, like I said, I can't go into specifics, but it was good stuff. It's definitely worth the pretty considerable price tag. Snag says, wait, isn't that duplicate content though? Like we talked about just a few minutes ago, I think it was before you jumped on, there's no such thing as duplicate content. And I've been proving that for years. And I've never seen anyone that actually has gotten a duplicate content penalty. It's an SEO myth. Yeah, that trip was great. It was a lot of fun. It was really educational, and I really needed it. I don't get away enough. After a while, it kind of like, I don't know, I just mentally needed a break, and it was exactly what the doctor ordered. So. All right. Give it another 2 minutes or so. What else you guys got for me? Wait, so if like I have an affiliate website and I post the same article for every city, I'd get more traffic. I don't know why you would post cities for affiliates, but yeah, I mean, that's what I do is I just change the geo modifiers. So you can, if you want to, you can use fresh, unique content on every one, but for me, I just change the geo modifiers and it's never been an issue. What do you think about webinar evergreens using Webinar Jam and Facebook ads? They make people millions and millions and millions of dollars. You're going to start seeing mine pretty soon. I've actually run them before, but I haven't gone ham on it yet. But it's absolutely it's one of the best things you can do for your business and to help people to get in front of as many people that need your help as possible. So Jeff says, think the duplicate content thing is my biggest pet peeve for SEO. It's definitely not mine, but it's definitely not real. So what is geo modifiers? So Myrtle Beach SEO, Myrtle Beach is the geo modifier. Conway SEO, Conway is the geo modifier. Geo means adding a location to the beginning of the keyword. So SEO is just a keyword. Myrtle Beach SEO is a geo modified keyword. No, it's not a setting or anything. It just means to add a location to your keyword. You're modifying the location of it, the geographic, I guess, location of it, hence geo modifier. What do you use for bulk search volume analysis? Finding search volume for a bunch of keywords. If you need it to be free, you can use keywordtool.io and Keywords Everywhere together. What you do is you pick one keyword and put it in keywordstool.io, have it generate a list, and then upload that list into Keywords Everywhere. How much would a website similar to yours cost for someone who's starting out? There's a template that, not a template, what do you call it? A theme that's based on you can get for, I think, like 50, 60 bucks. To get it heavily modified like mine with the fractals and stuff, probably a couple thousand. But you don't need it to be that fancy. You can get the template from I think it's like Theme Forest or whatever, and just modify it to fit your business and it'll be perfectly fine. So that's like 59 bucks or something. And plus the hosting. And put your own stamp on it, make it unique to you. Like mine talks more about me than it does about SEO. And, it has links to my other products and things like that. So try to be a little bit original. And I'm guilty of this too, but there is an SEO course that everyone in it has the exact same agency site. So don't do that, Do you do the thing where most SMMA don't allow adult content and no startups and such? Oh, you mean the The discovery forum, I have that on my discovery forum. So, but yeah, I don't really like to take on those. I don't take anybody that I don't like. I do have a discovery forum. I'm not going to use it much anymore though, because I don't know. I can kind of tell just from talking to somebody if I want to work with them or not. And I'm not really taking on a lot of clients now, but it's definitely a good thing you should have. You should have some sort of way of screening people and seeing if they're a good fit for what you want to do. Asen says, on the paid traffic, are you using anything else apart from Facebook ads? Yes, I am. I'm using YouTube ads, I'm using AdWords, and I'm using Bing ads. Bing ads are the most overlooked source of traffic on the internet, in my opinion. Why not allow startups? Is it harder to rank? Or no, they just tend to not have as much money, and they tend to put all their eggs in your basket. That's a personal choice, though. It's not saying that you can't do it. I prefer established businesses that are going to give me money every month and leave me alone. And that's not the case with startups. You get some water. Do you think if I'm getting an exact match keyword domain on .co, or should I go for a .com without my keyword rank? This depends on the site and what your goals are with it. But if you're asking if a .co will rank like a com or net or an org, I would say it should be fine. If you look up Atlanta SEO, the number one is .marketing. So, but if you want to do like an authority site, I would recommend not doing any MD and doing a branded site instead. Excuse me. Kirill says, any tips for video ads? Should someone make a long, cheesy My Story video ad like a lot of people do? Or just do something short and sweet and to the point that shows value? Depends on what you're advertising, but you got to hook them really quick and then explain to them why this video is valuable to them. So I would stay away from the long, this is my story type ad. For an ad for a webinar, yeah, I hate to say it, but check out Becker's. His are excellent at that. It's like 7 minutes and it explains to you, who he is, what your pain point is, and how he's going to remove it. And it should really be that simple. Or, what you're going to get out of that webinar. So I definitely wouldn't go too long with it. I definitely wouldn't, like the Ty Lopez style ones, no way I would do that. Ty can get away with that because of the massive authority and brand and stuff he's built up. I know everybody's laughing because Ty's a bit of a douche, but most people can't get away with that. So I would go shorter and to the point and explain to people what's in it for them. Because that's all people, in anything in life, that's all people care about, even if they don't admit it, is what's in it for them. Okay, so long ago I was stupid and I had a trial of SEO Rush. I'm not sure what that is. And I saw these few domains I found myself, and they had a few good backlinks. How would I check them? Ahrefs is pretty expensive. Why is Ty a bit of a douche? Just the cars and stuff. I know he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Ahrefs gives you a limited amount of data, so does SEMrush. But to really dig deep, you're going to need some sort of paid tool, unfortunately. To be clear, I don't have an opinion on Ty one way or the other. I have a couple of his things, but a lot of people think he's a douche. So I know whenever I mention him, that just sends people into rage fits. Because I bought like 10 to 15 domains, mistake thinking I was going to create a PBN. You probably still could. You're going to need Majestic or SEMrush or Ahrefs or something to be able to check them, and none of those are going to be free, unfortunately. And they're all on the pricier side. SERP you can use. SERP is probably the best bang for your buck if you're on a budget. Bing ads. I recall now that Jeff said he got high-end clients from Bing. Thanks for bringing this up. Anything specific I should consider here? Not really. Just play with it and see what works for you. figure out, if you're in an industry or targeting a keyword that already has ads doing it, just use SpyFu and see what they're targeting and go from there. All right, we'll go for another 3 minutes, and then we're going to wrap it up because I'm getting hungry. And people are starting to drop off. So not literally, that would be bad. But, So again, I want to shout out to Scott thanks for him for pinch hitting for me last week. And for those of you that put up with the creative way we went about marketing it, it was a big success. So Jordan says you can migrate G-ads to Bing pretty easily. You can. I find that there's a different audience though, and the same keywords don't work as well across both. What are you planning on eating? I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. I haven't been to the grocery store in a while, so I'm gonna have to see what's available. What skills do you recommend someone can learn so you can sell stuff on Legiit? There are a lot of openings in things other than logo design and content and SEO. So content is one of the bigger sellers, but it's pretty well covered. Although that means doesn't mean you still can't do it. Link building is really good. I'd like to see more video editing stuff, and some of the more obscure stuff like audio and things like that. So it just depends on what you like to do. Don't do something that you aren't going to be happy doing. So just figure it out, Do you know anything on eBay affiliate program? Not really. It seems like years ago I was part of it, and then I never really used it, and they kicked me out. So no, I don't really know much about it. Schwab says, thanks for everything. Thank you. Jeff says, Bing is typical. Let's try that again. Bing is typically an older audience, so it's Jeff's search engine of choice, or not as tech savvy. Jordan says, later, everyone. See you later, Jordan. Yeah, to answer what skills should you learn to sell stuff on Legiit, just look at the site, and figure out what's empty and kind of become the guy on that. And you can do that with the top level categories or sub level categories. Think about things that you don't like to do that other people might not like to do and find a way to sell that. And it kind of contradicts what I just said, but that's that. Think about what tools you have that you can use to let people pay you to use it once or twice and pay it off. It's another way to go about it. What else? And just think about what people need. Find a need and fill it. That's like a simple marketing message, right? Figure out what people need and do it for them. Just look at the site and see what's selling and do that, or see what is lacking and fill that. Do you still talk to Becker? Yep. I was at his event last weekend, and I've talked to him once since then. So yeah, still talk to him quite a bit. How much money would it cost to start a website like Legiit? How did you get an audience for it? Development on it would probably cost, this is not my number. So, but probably between the support, hosting, development, and just time, probably $100K, $125K. How did I get an audience for it? I kind of already had an audience, so that helped some. I marketed it for months before it was ready, so that's important too. That's important for any business, is market it before you have it ready, so you already have people waiting for it. And then I'm using all sorts of different paid and organic strategies to get people to it. I'm not going to give those away because, I got to keep some stuff to myself, but that's working well too. But the real lesson there is to not get the whole product ready and not have anybody to sell to. Market, sell, have people frothing at the mouth for it before it's even ready. That way you get some money back right away. But to start the infrastructure on it and the maintenance and the upgrades and stuff, it's very, very expensive. It's not something you can just throw up in a week, and it's not something you can use one of the templates for and do it to the scale that we've done. Why are you trying to come at me? Come at me, bro. Just kidding. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We've been here for an hour and 22 minutes. Asim says, before you go, I want to say thanks so much for your time. Look forward to meeting you in person in 2019. Have a great weekend. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Look forward to you too. Want to start a Facebook group and charge for it? Do you have a course that can teach how to do that? I certainly do. Although, to be clear, it's you can't charge directly for the Facebook group, but you can put out some videos and charge for the access to the videos, and the group can be a bonus. But it's against terms of service. But I do have a course for that. Let me make sure I get the right URL for you, and I'll drop that in there. I tell you, if you PM me on Facebook afterwards, I may be able to help you out with it too. I'm going to be revamping this course soon too, so that's good. I think that's right. Let me make sure. I have so many URLs in my head. Can't just be me. Michael says, I'll meet you in 2018. Look out the window. If I could see you out my window, you deserve to be there because I'm on the second floor. And there are no stairs outside this window. So that kind of ruined your joke. No, that's not right. 1 second here. We are experiencing technical difficulties. How many websites do you own, including PBNs and stuff? Probably 500. But BEM, if you're on Facebook, just message me on there, and I'll send you the link for it. Matt just joined. What's up, Matt? Michael says you underestimate how tall I am. Well, if you're that tall, then again, you deserve to be looking in my window, you creepy fuck. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's been a great session. So glad to be back and live doing this. I missed doing this last week, even though I appreciate Scott being here and he did a great job. But appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. Always a blast. Check out Superstar SEO Academy, superstarseo.com/trial. $1 for 14 days. You got nothing to lose. Follow me on Instagram at Superstar SEO and YouTube at superstarseo.tv. And on Facebook at superstarseo.com/Facebook. Thanks so much for your questions. Thanks so much for your time. It literally means the world to me. And you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. How do I end this?